As we look at the week ahead, financial markets have been feeling a little bit queasy as recession concerns grow amidst speculation that the Federal Reserve may have waited too long to provide the economy with rate relief. Before we begin, remember to like this video and subscribe for more economic updates. There's still another week to go until the central bank's highly anticipated September policy meeting, where Fed officials are expected to lower interest rates for the first time in more than 4 years. It's possible the coming days could go a long way to informing the eventual decision of policymakers. On that note, both CPI and the latest Producer Price Index, which is due for release on Thursday, represent the last round of inflation numbers before the Federal Open Market Committee assembles next week. Economists project that headline CPI rose 2.6% on an annual basis last month, which would be 0.3 of a point slower than the pace in July. Core CPI, which excludes more volatile food and energy prices, is expected to have climbed by 3.2% in August, which would match the July rate. The Labor Department will return the following day, Thursday, to issue the Producer Price Index for August, which gauges price changes at the wholesale level. Headline PPI last month is expected to have increased 1.7% year over year, which would be a full half point slower than July. As for core PPI, that's projected to come in at 2.4%, which would be even with the pace set in July. Among the other data we'll be watching this week is the latest measure of the Small Business Optimism Index from the National Federation of Independent Business. Economists expect to see that the index landed at 93.7 in August. That would be the same as the reading for July, which is the highest for the index since February 2022. Nevertheless, that's still below the index's historical average of 98, which the Small Business Optimism Index has failed to meet or exceed in any of the previous 31 months. On Friday, we'll get another look at how Americans feel about the economy and their own economic prospects when the University of Michigan releases its widely followed Consumer Sentiment Index for this month. The consensus estimate says the index will come in at 68, 0.1 of a point above where it landed in August. Finally, on Thursday, the Treasury Department will release the August edition of its monthly Treasury Statement, which keeps the nation up to date on the running total of fiscal year 2024's budget deficit. In July, the statement reflected an increase in the budget deficit by nearly $250 billion through the first 10 months of the current fiscal year, which ends on September 30th. The cumulative 2024 deficit is up to slightly more than $1.5 trillion. But it's worth noting that in June, the Congressional Budget Office projected the deficit would reach $2 trillion by the end of September. That's it for now, but make sure to check back on Saturday to find out what happened this week, because there's only 1 week to go until a possible rate cut. This is Devlyn Steele for Augusta Precious Metals, signing out.